this is good. Like, I didn't watch any gameplay on Wednesday because Dr. Disrespect and Twitch kind of have a little shit going on. So since I can't directly watch him, let's listen in to some information or some news on his game that's supposed to be coming out hopefully within the next 2 years or so. We don't have an exact date or anything like that, but it's this game that he said was going to have NFTs, and it's a little bit worrying to me just because NFTs, Web3, and all that kind of stuff. I haven't seen anything good. I know Squeenix is just got a new CEO, and he's kind of an NFT bro as well. So that's a bit worrying. But, it's the only NFT or Web3 like game premise that I could possibly see working would be Dr. Disrespect's game. I'm not a Dr. D writer. But, I'll go, I'm wondering if Charlie here is going to bring up some of these points, but I've heard a lot of this discussion, and I'll probably give my opinion before we watch the video, that way I can at least, have a little bit of a frame of reference with you guys. But basically, Dr. D's game says it's going to be using NFT items. It's going to be apparently like Tarkov, where you can extract, you go into the game with no equipment or some equipment, whatever you pick up and extract with, you get to keep. That's how it works, right? And then the idea here might be to roll it into sort of NFT type of situation where, you got this really cool, oh goodness, am I allowed to say gun now? YouTube? Neil? I think so, right? The new rules are so I can say gun? I'm gonna find out with this stream. So you basically, let's say there's this gun with that special camo and that really sick looking stock on it. That's worth $500. That's worth $1,000. That's worth whatever it is. If you can extract with it, bam, you just made yourself that cash. Awesome idea. Amazing idea, right? Super sick. A lot of people have been saying that it's probably just going to be a scam. I honestly don't think it would be a scam because Dr. Disrespect he's too smart to try to pull a scam like that. Let's be honest. It's career suicide. He's not going, he's in such a great position right now that he really doesn't need to do that. That being said, neither did Logan Paul, and he still scammed the heck out of his, audience. Hello, Master Zab. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my dude. So hopefully, it's not a scam. It's not a messed up situation like that. I don't believe it will be. Dr. Disrespect seems like such a chill dude that I just don't, but again, this is completely based on a fictional relationship that exists here between the screen and us. I can't put 100% faith on Dr. Disrespect either. I don't know the guy personally. So that can be a little bit worrying. But me personally, another big thing that I've heard is that cheaters. People are going to be breaking the game. People are going to be getting in there. People are going to be, and I've heard a lot of people say this as well, not only on their live streams, but during the live stream that Dr. Disrespect and Tim the Tatman and all them were playing. So I saw a lot of that. My only thing when it comes to cheaters would be if you guys watch Tim the Tatman's content, there's this amazing, glorious thing that happens every once in a while where Tim the Tatman, while playing Call of Duty Warzone, will encounter cheaters live, and not even 5 minutes later, dude, I think the record is 10 seconds later, that account got banned. Why? Because Tim the Tatman has connections with Activision Blizzard King and all that good stuff. He has Wix, all that. So the only way that I can see that cheating aspect taken care of is if literally Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman, all those typical creators that they play with, Nick Merckx, all those dudes, Marksman and all them, if they all get that kind of support, that quick support that Tim the Tatman has, and they can just be playing 24/7, they're always on the game, they got a team of people always checking, that would be the only way I could possibly see legitimate ways to stop cheaters. Problem is, what happens when the cheater does win? They keep the stuff, because a NFT, a non-fungible token, is non-fungible, which means as soon as I get it, whether I did it through cheating or not, I get to keep it, baby, because that's a non-fungible token. That's the only problems I see with this. So I'm wondering what our boy here has to say about it. Let's see.
I'm sure all of you know that Dr. Disrespect has been working on a game for quite some time right now. And that's pretty exciting until I feed you the poison here. I'm about to roofie your drink with this one. It's not just a
Goodness.
game, it's
I'm
a
over I'm over
crypto-based
here like,
game
can I
that
say
has a very
gun? He's
strong
over here talking
NFT
about.
component to it.
Oh,
In
goodness.
fact, it
Okay.
seems like NFTs are the focal point of the game. That's the number one thing they've been mentioning in regards to this project.
Yes.
So
Ooh, press
it's
like.
a play to earn.
Oh, did I not like
experience,
mobile
and
mouse? I'm
these
about to go back.
buzzwords, NFT, play to earn crypto, are beyond detrimental to the hype of any project in 2023.
And if
People
anybody
run
wants
away
to
faster
put the
when they
link
hear
in case anyone
NFT
wants to
than if
check
they
out the
heard
video
someone
or
shout
like it or
bomb
anything.
in an airport. It is a very negative implication when that word's tossed around because it's become so synonymous with scams and people losing their money or
The
getting
latest like
deceived by
live
NFTs in the
live
crypto
service
space.
NFT
So
Web3
people have been
situation is that
dumping on Dr. Disrespect for his inclusion
what is
of
it? The
NFTs
Suicide
in the
Squad
game. And
kills
there's a lot
the
I'd like to
Justice
talk
League.
about with this. So to quickly give
I'm
you
gonna be
a
real with y'all.
brief
After seeing the
lore
gameplay, I don't like it.
the game is called
I'm not a huge
Airdrop.
fan.
Dr. Disrespect is spearheading the operation, and fundamentally it is a Tarkov-style shooter, as I understand it, where when you drop into the game, you can find NFTs in the world.
You can
and
also
you
try if
extract
anybody
those
has.
NFTs, you can then turn around and
I don't know if
sell
you need
them
the full
on
Modern Warfare
blockchain.
2
So you
game.
can make
DMZ
legitimate
is
money
is,
through
is
playing
similar
the
to
game.
that
It's
on
a
Call of
free-to-play
Duty.
game, and you don't have to use it.
I don't know
as
if that
like a
one's free to
money-making
play.
thing, but you can. The concept is cool, but I'm sure a lot of you that have your thinking caps on may have already identified a glaring issue with the entire
Oh,
core
sorry. Let me
idea of
move
it.
the subtitles for
But
y'all.
before really
There we go.
diving into the meat of it, I'd like to at least say I always appreciate and applaud creators who go into different areas and try to
Yes,
create
we need to
bigger
spread out
things
more
and
from the
make
interwebs,
wild
my dude.
content, big projects. I always think that's great. And I'll shamelessly plug real quick, speaking of creators doing bigger projects, Godslap.
Oh?
Issue
God's
3
okay, the comic
now.
book.
Issue
Check it
3
out,
just
dudes.
dropped, baby.
Oh, it's
available
awesome.
at godslapbook.com. Also, issue 1 and 2 are of course still for sale there, and we have the 2 variant covers for
Like,
issues.
especially if you guys love One Punch Man. Not that there's like One Punch heroes in this or anything like that. Not really, but like it's that kind of absurd power, you know what I mean? Where it's like, dude, like it's called God Slap, you know? That's the whole point. Where like a slap could obliterate a whole town, stuff like that. Oh, you guys gotta check it out. Also, some of the best facial hair I've seen in comic books, dude.
Well. So issue 3's out. Go get it. Godslapbook.com, baby.
Issue
Read the
3,
best comic ever
boy.
made. So I'm happy Dr. Disrespect.
I'll be honest with y'all. I was also a huge fan of Robot Cloud Mafia. You know, Ray William Johnson's. Oh, such a great comic book. I have that still. So good.
And I don't think it's going to turn out to be a scam. Hopefully this statement doesn't age like festering dog shit in 2 years when the game drops or whenever. But I just can't imagine that he would
really gotta
blatantly
wait 2
scam his
years.
audience because it would be career suicide. And I just feel
Even
like
then,
there's
it's
no
not like
way
a
he
set
would
date or anything,
recognize
I don't
this.
believe.
It really feels like he wanted to set out to create like a really unique game and experience, but overlooked a lot of obvious problems that'll come from this. So let's talk about it. He posted this tweet a couple days ago. Imagine trying to extract with an item you discovered worth $100,000 on the chain. Think about the entertainment value as a viewer, let alone player. A
Of
new
course.
PvP experience is
Like, honestly, if he makes this happen, dudes, I'm in. I'll play it.
upon us.
Even if I don't
The
make money
concept
off of it,
digital
like, I'm not going to
collectibles
go
in
into
an
it expecting to
online
make
game is
money
so exciting to me,
in
especially
any
an
kind of way.
extraction type of game.
Flat out.
People saying scam
But-
and are
But
just
like,
brain
just
dead headlines.
think about it, man. It would literally make every single match effectively a competition in esport. Like every time I stream, I would effectively be playing with money, actual real money on the line.
And followers. Same people that spend a ton on skins for an annual release game. Same skins everyone has.
Call
too.
of Duty.
Now, let's really peel apart this onion here. You've got to be huffing a fucking unreal amount of shungite to think for even 1 second
Shungite.
$100,000
I'm gonna have to steal that one from you, dude. Love it.
That people won't cheat. Cheating is going to be a full-time occupation.
Okay,
It will
so-
become a
okay, that's
real
where
job
his
to
angle is,
cheat
the
in
cheating.
his
Yeah,
game
yeah.
If there are items worth up to $100,000. Even if the items only go up to like $500, it'd be stupid not to cheat. You get cheats for fucking $10 and then try and
No, where? Who? Uh-oh. Freaking, I knew it! Official mocap update. Called it. Don't worry, guys. Uno momento. Yeah, I knew iFacial mocap was gonna do this to me. It's okay. That's alright. It's a quick fix. Bam. Bam. Okay, now it is. I already knew it. They update every time they update it. I called it. Beginning of the stream, I'm like, hey, it's gonna happen. It's all good. All right, we good.
Steal items off players that are worth.
I caught that immediately, though. I'm getting good at this.
And in the crypto space, this is very common with something like Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is a play-to-earn crypto game where the more you play, the more money you can earn.
I don't know much about that game. I'll be real with you.
It's become an absolute goddamn fucking disgusting, yucky cesspool of cheating, exploitation.
Oh, really?
An entire market for people paying less than a minimum wage overseas to have workers full-time grind Axie Infinity for them so they can make money through the game. And not only that, they had this big hack where they lost $600 million. I'm going to say hack in air quotes here. I'm using that term real loosey-goosey because it's a very shady situation. They just so happen to get hacked and lose $600 million in the process.
Just
so like
disappeared.
Infinity, am I right? And this is a game worth billions. Meanwhile, Dr.Disrespect does not have billions behind his game.
I didn't think about that.
Prevent something like that from happening in his.
I didn't think about that. Could you imagine an employee that like works for the game? You know what I mean? Suddenly there's some major hack that we don't know what happened, and then like just one employee at the company suddenly got really rich. Hey, where'd you get that skin from? Tony? Tony's just like, oh man, I play the game a lot.
The point is, in the play-to-earn space, there's a lot of bad actors. In fact,
if you work for the company, you're suspect number one. Especially if you have any high money, freaking weapons or anything.
But it's very rare. It is mainly just this stinky vehicle for exploitation and making money off the play-to-earn model with as little effort as possible. It's pretty gross. So that is absolutely going to be the case in Dr. Disrespect's game, where the only people playing are going to be the ones exploiting it for money-making purposes.
Okay, I can 100% agree with what he's saying here. Like, I don't disagree, rather. But, not even a but, really. Like, the only thing that I can see them attempting to sort of counter that, again, would be similar to how Tim the Tatman right now is with Activision Blizzard King on Call of Duty, which is constantly having people playing the game that can report, moderate, and sort of crack down on hackers and cheaters. But again, it's still a major issue because you can't. The NFTs are NFTs, non-fungible. You can't take them back if somebody happens to slip through the cracks.
Dr. Disrespect seems
that's a lot of money to be, fight over, basically.
Be fun to play. It'll incentivize players to hop in the crucible with their boys, normal gamers like you and me, red-blooded. Gabe Newell worshiping gamers. They're going to be the ones playing
hail the Newell.
Not these cheaters and these people looking to abuse our system. When that's just absolute wishful thinking.
If we all hail the Newell,
you have to be Keegan
and we all pray really hard and have our faith, we may someday get Half-Life 3.
With a $100,000 fucking golden snitch on the line,
I don't care. I'm still holding on to that dream. Half-Life 3's happening.
Do you really think that Darren and the boys on the JV football squad are going to be hopping in to try and duke it out on the battleground?
Such a specific name, Darren.
Absolutely not. It is going to be.
You'll fight with no honor.
Since it's an
have you seen me in Elden Ring? I don't fight with honor either.
The normal players happen to be the one to find the item. The cheaters are going to be the one to come around, kill them, and take the item, and then extract before you.
It's one of the main reasons I don't really play DMZ anymore.
And
today I was like a funny short video.
It's immutable. You can't really uncheat it. You can't funge the unfungible. God damn it!
Oh yeah, absolutely. Send me over some other YouTube stuff. Of course, there's it's
a problem.
Whether it's a reaction to reaction, if this stuff goes from reaction to reaction, that would be it. Or like if somebody else is playing a game, like at that point, I might as well just play the game myself, But other than that, absolutely, dude. If you have any recommendations, post the links, my dude.
Single AAA gaming developer out there right now that has solved cheating. Every single developer has cheaters. Billions and billions of dollars go into anti-cheating and to prevent cheaters because it ruins communities and it ruins the longevity of a game. If there's a lot of cheaters, people will stop playing the game because the cheaters push them out. No one's been able to solve that issue. What chance does Dr. Disrespect Studio have of making sure no cheaters exist here? And with this kind of money on the line, can you imagine the frustration, the misery, and the unbearable sinking feeling of finding an expensive item only to have it taken from you by someone playing that's playing unfair?
Yes.
It's an experience that is going to be completely new here. He's not wrong. This will be a new PvP experience.
Dude, people
but it's the
already
worst
chuck
possible
controllers
one
and break
because
them and
you won't
stuff.
be able to combat
Just on
cheating.
regular
It just
Tarkov.
can't
Like,
happen. People are cheating all the time.
imagine
every
having
game
that
where
honeypot,
it doesn't
that
even matter.
100K.
Games that don't even have like a
Woo!
ranking
And then
system or a
suddenly some
leaderboard
dude
or
who,
anything. People
some
still
dude
cheat.
pistol, like,
Can you imagine
pops
how
you from
many
across
people
the
are going to
map?
cheat in a game where you're literally incentivized to do so monetarily? It's going to be non-stop. You won't have normal players because they're going to be pushed out by the bad actors that are playing the game for nefarious purposes and just greed, playing it to make that money, so they're doing everything possible to cheat and get those items to sell for money. Now let's take for example a game like Counter-Strike, where you can make like an actual full-time living through selling skins in that game. But the difference is, you're not actually earning the skins in-game. You're not competing over the same skin in a match, right? So you're not having to worry about cheaters, which there are a ton of cheaters in Counter-Strike, obviously, but they're not cheating in order to get skins through playing the game. Whereas here, the thing you're competing for is literally real-world money. So it's completely different. The way you make money in Counter-Strike is you're getting cases, you're getting keys, and you're hoping that you get good rolls on your skin, or you're doing some other shady shit under the table for skins, but you're never actually earning them in the game itself through playing against
Yeah, they had a
players,
whole
whereas
separate
here,
website
you're
for
going
a
head-to-head
long time
for those
where you could
NFTs
just
that are worth the money. It's a completely different
get all kinds of
landscape.
skins,
And when
buy them
asked
for
why he's
cheap.
chosen
They would
to
have
it be
it created an
blockchain
entire
stored
black market.
digital
Dude.
items as opposed to a server-side storage like CS:GO. He replied saying that he likes the idea of having the digital collectibles have functionality in a different game that comes out 7 years later. That is a cool idea, long-term functionality of the things that you've collected, albeit it is a little unrealistic to assume that whatever you collect in Dead Drop right now will somehow still be able to be implemented in future projects without knowing what those projects are. The developers are going to have to program those things in. It's not just going to be able to slide over. Like, let's say you collect a gun in Dead Drop 2, or in Dead Drop, but the next game they make is a fucking hack-and-slash folk rhythm game. How the fuck is that gun that you've collected in Dead Drop going to somehow make its way into that game? They need to program it, right?
Like, that makes sense.
That's a lot of development heavy lifting to implement 7-year-old items into a modern...
Like, that makes 100% sense. My only counter argument there would be, I don't think Dr.Disrespect's making a hack and slash game. He's very focused on FPSs. And then even then, I mean, theoretically, you could, like, if a weapon had a particular name, like, you know, freaking let's take any, I don't even know, I could probably just make up a name on the spot and I'll probably somehow get it correct with a Call of Duty skin. Shadow's Bane, let's call it. Like, I guarantee you there's a gun called Shadow's Bane. It's a all black camo gun. And it has like a little shadow, let's say, animation particle effect on it. You could get a sword. It would have the relative, more than likely, I assume, I mean, otherwise what would be the point of it? It would more than likely have a scaled or balanced, like, aesthetic, unless that's really what it is. It's just aesthetic and no actual in-game value, really. It's just a sword that also has the same particle effect as the gun. That could happen. I feel like yeah, like he says, that's going to give it way more development time that would just not be worth it. But, you know, that's something they could theoretically do. I'm not too sure. But I can see exactly where he's going with this. My only other assumption would be if it's an NFT from Dead Drop, it's only going to be able to be used in Dead Drop 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on and so forth. So that could also be a thing.
Modern game that
but that does still limit you to, you know,
really
what kinds of games you can make.
Probably no actual usage for. But it is a cool idea, and let's say they do decide that it's worth that time investment. This is an idea that can completely work without the blockchain entirely. We'll use Counter-Strike as another easy example. If I wanted my CS:GO skins to translate over to CS:GO 2 that comes out 7 years from now or whatever, they can deem it worth it to program a way of having those skins.
Wait, Master Sam says he, speaking of cheaters, he found one on CS:GO. He shot the sky with an AWP and hit me for some reason. People saw that it called on him. He had to deactivate the trainer, but maybe he didn't install it. There you go. Like
CS:GO 2.
Okay, but now imagine that same situation, Master Sam, but because of that, you lost like 100,000 like US dollars.
But you can verify
like,
that
Well,
outside
like,
of
of course you'd be
blockchain, too.
absolutely
Verify my CS:GO
pissed
skins
off.
right now for
You'd be
CS:GO 2,
absolutely
okay, he owns this, this, and
enraged,
this,
angry.
and
Like,
here's what we've done to program them into CS:GO 2. Like, you don't need it to be NFTs. It can exist without it. Overall, I don't think this game is a designed scam. This isn't Dr. Disrespect trying to fuck his audience or anything. I really think he wanted to create something special and very ambitious. And he liked
yeah,
the
if
idea,
anyone's
as most
like, if
people
anyone's going to
would,
use
of
NFTs
being
in a
able to play the
genuinely
game and
positive way,
make a living through playing that
this
game.
is
Like,
pretty much our only hope.
Because
I don't trust Squeenix or Blizzard Activision
money,
King.
when you're putting monetary value on the hours you play that game and the items you find, people are going to take the easiest path to get that money. And it'd be stupid not to, honestly, with $100,000 on the line for some of these items, apparently. Everyone is going to be trying to cheat to get those items. No one's going to be trying to play legitimately to obtain that level of wealth. And I don't blame them for wanting to cheat for that. That's a life-changing amount of money
Absolutely.
in this game.
Like, think about that. You cheat once on that game, and you retire. Like just like me right now in my situation, where I live, where I am at life, at the age of 27, I cheat that game one time, 100,000, 100K. That's it. I don't need to cheat in that game ever again. I'm done. If assuming I could sell it to some, I don't know, some freaking oil salesman from somewhere, assuming I'm able to sell the product or the NFT or whatever, that's it. I just sort of retire and do YouTube for the rest of my life. I'm done. 100K. I'm good. I'm not the kind of guy that spends a lot of money. I collect cans and bottles and I sell them and I recycle everything I own, all that kind of stuff. Like 100%, I'd be totally done. I'd be fine.
But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because it's clearly a huge issue.
So it's like, why wouldn't you at that point?
And I haven't seen a great explanation for how they plan on combating the cheating that would come from all of this.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I could possibly see is Dr. D's going to have his team of peeps that just sort of go through, play themselves, and keep things in check. You'd have to have a 24/7 team of people always constantly trying to make sure, check stuff, make sure it's on there. Yes, I'm sure, and I definitely believe they'll more than likely be implementing a lot of the rules that Call of Duty has done. For example, Call of Duty has this amazing anti-cheat situation where if you are caught cheating or the system realizes that you're cheating, it will automatically drop all your damage. So you effectively do like 0 damage. Your weapon no longer does damage, and you take increased damage. So like stuff like that absolutely is implemented currently. And who knows, maybe in 2 years, there will be even more stuff that's implemented. Hardware locks, stuff like that, motherboard BIOS locks, things of that nature. Not that it's, it's not like it's not impossible to flash BIOS or, to get the lock, swap out a motherboard, But still, that does exist, that can happen.